This is Amanda from devotioninaction.com, and we are doing Time for Miracles, a series about miracles, and we started with Elijah's story last week and how God filled the jars of the widow of Zarephath through Elijah. That was right here in 1 Kings 17, and then it goes on in the next part of 1 Kings 17, and there's another miracle that happens. The widow's son gets sick, and I got this image from pixabay.com, and then it was a little different on there. I looked at it and kind of sketched it on my paper to use behind here. I put it behind the vellum, but then I realized I have to put it behind the actual Bible page to see that image through the jar, because the empty jar that was filled was not the end of this widow's story. Her son got sick, and through Elijah, she was angry at Elijah because her son got sick and died. And she said, "Why did you even come and save us from starvation if my son was just going to die?" And Elijah took the son up, prayed for him, pleaded with God to save his life, and the boy's life returned to him. So her son was saved through another amazing miracle because she listened and obeyed the first time and fed Elijah, and he saved their lives not just once but twice. So I've got this under here, and I kind of took a pencil and marked out where the lines of the jar would go, because I want this picture to show through the jar but not to go past it, so because that vellum is translucent, you can see through it. So a washi tape just to hold my Bible page to that page so it doesn't slip. And then here is mistake number one that I made. I went straight ahead with a size 1 micron pigment ink pen, which is great for Bible pages. I love the size of it. It was perfect that way, but normally I do this in pencil and then go over it, and I just went straight to this. But I could not see the lines through the page as well as I thought I could. So I start and I can see some of the lines, and I'm just going to town, putting them in. This is about 4 times speed because I still take my time even when I think I can see things. So I'm going right along and putting in all of these lines, and then you'll see me sometimes flip the page back so I can see some of the detail a little bit better, see where the lines go, and then I come back and I'm putting lines in. I'm doing it like a pro here, and then you're about to see really soon here where I make a mistake that I was not able to fix, and I really don't care for it very much, but it's okay because I still like this page and I love what God is teaching me through the page. So I couldn't see anymore because we're into the detail that goes behind the words, and I couldn't see those lines through the words. But the part that I had already put in of this hand, the top hand, I put in wrong, and you'll see the hand looks kind of misshapen and weird, but you know what? I make lots of mistakes. Sometimes they're fixable and they're happy accidents and it works, and sometimes I still don't like it when the page is done. But I like the overall effect of the page, and I really love where God is taking me on this journey of building my faith through miracles. So I'm going to give myself some grace and some mercy. So here's the outlined hand, and then I'm taking watercolor pencils. If you've watched these videos before, you know I am wild about watercolor pencils. I think they are so nice and so easy to control, and I have trouble sometimes on traditional watercolors getting exactly what I want as far as like shading and stuff like that. Watercolor pencils solve all of that because you can shade darker in places, lighter in places. In fact, right there where I did their faces, I used a brown pencil and did it very lightly on the faces, and then I did a little bit darker where his face kind of tucks under hers, so there's a shadow there. I used a brown on the hair and then added a little bit of black to it for some dimension. You'll noticing that I'm using the same blue pencil on the veil and on the actual robe that she's got on, but in places I'm doing it darker than other places. The yellow, darker on the lap that kind of comes up around him, and lighter on the bottom. And I'm using that brown pencil again light on the hands and the arms, and red for the shirt, and a little darker on the cuff of that shirt, and then a yellow headband. Then I'm just taking kind of a fat pointed brush and put a little water on there. If I get too much water on, I just take a paper towel and blot it off. It's really simple and super fun because it sort of comes to life underneath your brush. All of those lines from the pencil kind of disappear into a watercolor look, and it's really fun. So that's basically the picture. I paused it so there could be time for it to dry. So now it's dry, and you can see how it looks through the jar. That this empty jar that was filled was not the end of her story. The real miracle, the one that she was extraordinarily happy about, was that her son died and God breathed life back into him and gave him back to her. So the filling of her jar led to the greatest miracle of her life. And right behind, you notice I pulled that over to see where the lid was. Right behind the lid, I'm going to put a little bit of word art. There's a scripture in 1 Kings 17 that says, "Then the woman said to Elijah, 'Now I know that you are a man of God, and that the word of the Lord from your mouth is the truth.'" And so I'm just writing up here, the word of the Lord is truth. And I'm just doing that with kind of a glitter gel pen that's blue. I liked it because it picked up the blue of her outfit, and a little bit of block lettering there, just kind of freehanding this. I just want it to be behind that lid, and you'll see once this is dry, there we go, you saw the split where I let it dry for a little bit, and then I'm flipping that over. You can't see the word art until you turn the page, but you can see the woman and her child through the jar. So this is where I was going with this one. You'll want to tune in next week because we're going on to even bigger miracle, but those are the 2 views of that and the supplies I used, and I hope that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks!